So quick backstory before this video. I got this package in the mail from Garage Buddy, and I wanted to put it on before Halloween came so I can decorate the garage. I don't like people ringing my doorbell and knocking on my door, so I figured I'd decorate the garage, put the candy bucket all the way out by the garage, put the car out there maybe, and have the kids come out instead of walking all the way up the long walkway to the door and being scared by the dogs and everything else. So I just have it out by the garage. So I figured I'd decorate the garage. So me and Lady Deadpool decorated the garage with the Garage Buddy cover. Shot the video with the car, and then the garage broke. The cable broke. We couldn't get the car out. But this is what it looked like after we got done. A little bit of decoration, not too much, but I like it. Now we should get some like angry eyes or something to put on top of it. Finally got my garage fixed. The guy had to cut the rail out and replace it with one he just happened to have. Drilled some holes out. Just to be able to get the garage closed and back open again, but can finally open the garage, finally get the car out. I'll fix that later, ain't a big deal. Let's just say a bungee cord that goes through the bottom. Not worried about it, but can finally get the car out, can finally open the door and fix the cars. So trunk or treat's coming up, birthday party parades and cruises are coming up. That's what's important. Not worried about car shows and stuff like that. Got enough trophies, but things go wrong. They seem to go wrong in abundance, and it did. So I took the loss, hung the car up. Need to get some stuff fixed on it anyway, but the garage is fixed. Now it's time to get the car right, make some kids smile, and do what we do best, man. Appreciate the patience, because I almost ran out. Apparently the last guy that fixed the garage live out in the country. It's my neighbor Brian. I can see the gun smoke. I can see the smoke from his backyard. Apparently the guy that fixed the garage last time got fired, so he's not there no more. But the guy that came out, he was pretty good. He knew what he was doing. Took him about 3 hours, but it took about 2 to 3 weeks to get the garage fixed from the time we called him using a home warranty. But it is what it is. $500–600 later, now we can get in and out of the garage without having to go through the door. Homeowner woes, but it's good to go now. Might go shoot with him. He's got some old World War II stuff. First time he shot that thing, I started running. PTSD, man. Well, Psycho, car's dead. So, gotta put it on the charger. Gotta fix the wicker bill anyway. Because after the last time I tried to get the issue that the battery kept dying fixed at the shop, when it came back, the wicker bill wouldn't light up. So I got to take the speaker enclosure out to figure out what was going on with that. Just never got around to it, but since the car is dead, I don't know if we'll make the trunk or treat today anyway. Depending on how long it takes to charge, just replaced the battery, so I don't think the battery's bad. So I'll put it on the charger, the tender, jump it off real quick with my jump box and get into the trunk, see how long it'll take to charge, and make a decision from there. See if I go to this trunk or treat or not. I don't know. Guess we'll see. With these new cars, getting under the hood, it's mechanical, but getting into the trunk, it's electrical. It's really no mechanical button to pull, lever to pull to get in, so you got a push button to get into the trunk. So I gotta put it on the jump box, which I normally keep this thing with me just because we got so many people with so many different kind of lights on their cars when we go to all these different shows and Comic-Cons and stuff. So I normally keep this with me. I do tend to keep it charged because we run our lights and stuff for so long. See if we get some spark. I'm trying to start it just to get a little bit of power. Got some flickering, so that's good. Just to get in the trunk. Strut's getting out. That's not good. That's just because it's been cold. It's been 40 degrees in the mornings over here, so that's why that's been giving out. But got in the trunk, that's all that matters. Pull this off and charge it again for later. But I actually have a battery charger that I'm going to put this on. Once I pull all of this out, get to the battery. So I don't know if I want to do the trunk or treat. It's always one step forward and two steps back. No, I could just start the car and let the battery charge that way, but that doesn't give me an accurate count of how charged the battery actually is. But the battery charger gives me a numerical percentage of when the battery is actually at 100%. So I'd rather use that. Well, now I know why my lights weren't working on my speaker enclosure. They weren't hooked up when they were reinstalled. That explains some of it. So got the enclosures out. So now just need to drop the back seat and push the speaker box further in the trunk or further in the back seat. And then I can lift up the bottom panel and see what's going on in the battery bay. It's already, let's see, it's already 2 o'clock. First trunk or treat already started. Next one starts at, I think the flyer said 3 or 4. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. But we'll see. We shall see. This rat's nest. Yeah. I could already tell. They just unhooked everything that came from outside of the car. And just hooked up what was necessary to run the car and the amp. When I asked him, he said he only he didn't do anything with the wicker bill or the speaker box, but obviously that wasn't true because everything else was disconnected. So that's why my speaker enclosure and my wicker bill lights weren't working. So I might be able to have it fixed in time. But main thing was a battery so I can charge it. So I'll do that. And we'll see what else the weekend brings. Shouldn't be too hard to wire back up. Did do a how-to video on it earlier. All right. It says standard. It is a AGM battery. No boosting, we're charging. So we're 7% so far. So yeah, that's gonna take a hell of a long time. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to any trunk or treats today. It is what it is. We got to get the car right. So once that's charged, then I'll fix everything else that's on it, and I'll be up and running. But until then, man, the garage is fixed. The car will be up and running. The lights will be working, and then we'll be back out and about. Appreciate your patience. Appreciate your patience with me, with the car, and then we'll get both cars out. It happens. It happens. But what can you do? Race it, break it, fix it, repeat. I guess. Either that or it's time to retire from the game. We'll see. Well, after 2 hours of charging, I guess the connections wasn't on good enough. because it wasn't at 8%. It was at 0. It was at 8 volts. It's not going to charge unless it's getting at least 12. So no trunk or treat tonight. I'm supposed to go to Atlanta tomorrow. It's a 3.5 hour drive. Guess I'll be taking the truck. Oh well. It is what it is. I ain't gonna get depressed about it. Yeah, it's the car game, man. But appreciate y'all. We'll bounce back. We don't have no choice.
So the Penn Foundation wants to encourage you